So in this first module and lesson, we're going to be going deep into how these patterns that are playing out in your life are formed and why it's possible to shift them. And I'll show you how to do that, as I said. And again, something very important I want you to understand. Right now, this is going to sound theoretical. We're going through like the theory, we're going through the lecture part of this and everything. But as we go through it, as we go through these exercises, which I really invite you to dig deep into as we do it, you're going to start to see and understand the theory and not only think it, but feel it and integrate it. There also might be some things that you don't fully understand right now, or it doesn't really make sense, or it just doesn't resonate, something like that. But I'd like you to view those moments not as something you have to figure out or like have to understand, but as seeds that are being planted. I mean, and I actually have some community members in this chat right now, but a lot of them will say, for example, they're going through a situation and all of a sudden they hear Aaron's voice in their head and they remember a certain thing that I said, or it comes up in a certain way, or they view a certain situation differently because of the information they had heard before. So don't beat yourself up if something doesn't make sense. We have the Q&A for that. Don't try and spend too much energy trying to figure it out. Let it be a seed, let it be planted, and then a lot of the time, as you face certain challenges, as you face certain activities and tools in this course, it's going to start making more sense. So I've mentioned this in a way before, but I want to reiterate this, which is your attachment style is not who you are. It's not your identity. You are not an anxious person. You are not an unhealthy person. You are not a toxic person. Attachment styles are basically beliefs and then reactions to those beliefs. So beliefs and behaviors, basically. And beliefs can be shifted. And I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not religious in any sense, especially not growing up. But if God came down from the sky right now, my belief would change, right? Because you have tangible evidence and proof now. So beliefs can be shifted, beliefs can be changed. Number two, your behaviors can also be shifted and changed. For example, if you brush your teeth with your right hand in the morning, try brush your teeth with the left hand tomorrow morning. All of a sudden, a behavior you have that was a pattern, that was a habit, has changed. In the same way, relationships especially are built fundamentally around emotional behaviors or patterns or beliefs. They were basically built, these patterns, these behaviors, to try and get love, attention, safety in areas or places or environments where we were not getting those. And very important piece here, not getting those in the ways we needed. And the way you need it might be different to somebody else. The way you need it now, you might logically think is different to how you actually needed it as a kid when you were younger. Again, something we'll go into deeper later. But those were basically adaptations that your brain, body, mind, inner child, whatever you want to call it, nervous system, it's what it learned so that it could adapt to the environment that you were in, aka family, friends, uncles, aunts, close relationships around you, so on and so forth. Those basically became tools to help you survive, to help you get your basic needs of love, attention, care, so on and so forth in that environment that you grew up in. The problem, which I hope you can see, is now they're limiting you. These patterns, these behaviors, these beliefs, they now cause really big issues for you, both in your own life and understanding, but also in your relationships, and can also cause issues for other people. So it's really important, and I hope this is a big seed that's being planted. The way that you think, the things that you believe, and the patterns of response and behavior to those things is now limiting you. So even though they were keeping you safe at one point, even though they were like good at one point, I'd like to invite you, at least for the first part of this course, to view them as bad. This is not good. Don't do what your mind and your fear and stuff tells you. And we're going to go into like a system of how to be aware of this and everything. And by the end of the course also will evolve from that. But for right now, I want you to imagine that these fears and the thoughts attached to those fears and the way that it tells you to respond or react, not good. Do not do it. If I were to simplify your anxious or disorganized attachment and how to overcome it in the most simple one sentence way, do not do whatever the fear tells you to do. Full stop. Even that will get you so much further in this journey than anything else. But we're going to go into more depth of like how to respond properly or healthily, how to regulate said fears, how to argue against said thoughts, so on and so forth.